What is good, folks? Hope you're having a great Friday night. Chris Brooks back with you to run through some scores from Week 8 in Middle Tennessee. A bit of a lighter schedule this week because a lot of schools are out on fall break. But let's not waste much time and get right into them. Let's start with Thursday night for starters. Clarksville 51-0 over West Creek. The Wildcats now at 5-3 on the season with that region victory, improving to 2-2 in their region. West Creek drops to 1-7. Father Ryan a 35-0 winner over Northeast on Thursday. The Irish now 5-3 as they travel to McCallie next week. Hillwood 49, Glencliff 18. The Hilltoppers get in the win column for the first time this year. They're now 1-6. Kenwood 29, Rossview 23. Kenwood gets to 4-4, while Rossview drops to 2-6 with that loss on Thursday night. And Cane Ridge 35, Overton 27. The Ravens now 5-3, 5-0 in region play. They have locked up Region 6 and 6A. Overton now 5-3. They travel to Vergne next week. And the biggie from Thursday, Oakland 27, CPA 24. A lot like what we saw 2 weeks ago against Lipscomb Academy. It came down to the final play for the Patriots, who held on to improve to 7-0. Now from tonight's scores, mcgavock 28, Antioch 13. The Raiders now 4-4 on the season with that region victory. Antioch falling to 0-7. mccallie all over BGA 52-0 tonight. The Blue Tornado running wild over the Wildcats, who dropped to 4-4 ahead of their off week next week. Brentwood Academy in Georgia winning over Eagles Landing Christian 17-14. The Eagles now 5-3. They have a rare Wednesday afternoon game against West Toronto Prep out of Canada next week. Camden County 54, Tennessee Heat 6. The Lions now 5-3. They're at Community in week number 9. Cheatham County 18, Sycamore 7. The Cubs improving to 3-5 of the victory. Their first region win of the year. Sycamore now 0-7. Grace Christian over Clarksville Academy 27-23. The Lions now 6-2 and 2-1 in region play, with the Cougars get their third loss of the year, falling to 5-3. Giles County knocks off Columbia tonight 21-14. The Lions fall to 4-4 with that non-region loss. They have Lincoln County at home next week. DeKalb County 28, Warren County nothing. The Tigers now 5-2. They have Upperman at home in a crucial region game for them next week. Fairview 29, Camden 16. The Yellow Jackets went on the road at Camden to prove it 5-3. They are off in week number 9. Brentwood 42, Franklin 7. The Bruins now 4-4 with the victory, 2-2 in region play. Franklin now falls to 1-7 and 0-4 in region play with an off week in week 9. FRA 28, Stratford 7. The Panthers now 3-5 as they head to their off week next week. Stratford falls to 3-5 with the loss. Green Hill 41, Hunters Lane 7. The Hawks now 7-1 on the year, 4-0 in region play. They're also off in week number 9. Hunters Lane now 1-7. Greenbrier 31, Creekwood nothing. The Bobcats to 3-4 with all three of their wins coming in region play. They traveled to Pearl-Cohn in week 9. Creekwood now 1-6. Hendersonville hangs on for a 14-12 win on the road at Shelbyville. The Commandos now 5-2 with a trip to Chattanooga to face Baylor next week. Hillsboro all over White County tonight, 52-21. The Burros now 2-6. Don't count them out of the region as they're 2-2 in region play right now. They have their off week next week. Cascade 22, Joe Byrns 14. The Red Devils fall to 3-5 with a loss ahead of their open date in week 9. Dickson County, a 44-34 winner at Laverne. The Cougars in the win column for the first time in 2021. They're now 1-6, while Laverne falls to 1-6. Lebanon all over Mount Juliet tonight, 35-0 in our spotlight game of the week. The Blue Devils 7-1 and winning over the Golden Bears for the first time in 13 years. Mount Juliet now 6-2, and they are off next week. Lipscomb Academy up to Knoxville and shut out the Fighting Irish of Knoxville Catholic 44-0. The Mustangs now 6-1 as they come back home for another non-region game next week. East Nashville 41, Maplewood nothing. The Eagles 5-3, Maplewood falling to 1-6. NBA 30, Ensworth 14. Marcel Reed returns from his injury last week, and the Big Red win their 5th consecutive game, now 5-3 in the year. Ensworth falls to 6-2 with a loss. Montgomery Central no longer unbeaten. The Indians fall 37-7 tonight at Tullahoma. They are now 7-1 on the year, 5-1 in region play, while Tullahoma remains unbeaten. This is not an incorrect score, folks. This was not a basketball game. This was a football game tonight. Mount Juliet Christian traveling to Sale Creek and falling 74-67. Not sure if there were any technical fouls or not in this game, but the Saints fall to 2-5 all the same. Nashville Christian, a 57-0 winner over Northwest. The Eagles improving to 6-1. They're at Columbia Academy next week. Page, a 40-22 winner over Nolensville. It locks up the region for the Patriots, who now improved to 8-0 for the first time in school history with that win over the Knights. Pearl-cohn, a 37-15 winner at Marshall County. The Firebirds now 7-1. They'll get Greenbrier next week in another region contest. Marshall County falls to 5-2. Ravenwood 52, Centennial 7. The Raptors now improving to 6-2 in the year, 3-1 in region play. Centennial now 5-3 with the loss. Red Bowling Springs now 2-4 after a 42-34 victory over Caverna, Kentucky. The Bulldogs will get Tennessee Heat next week. Beach comes back to beat Springfield 31-17. The Buccaneers improved to 5-2 with a win, and they get Gallatin at home next week. Springfield off as they'll hit their open date with a 6-2 mark. Station Camp remains unbeaten 7-0 after a 41-16 win over Wilson Central tonight. The Bison 4-0 region play. Wilson Central falling to 5-3 with that loss. Summit 48, Independence 28. The Spartans now improving to 8-0 ahead of their open date next week. Independence also off in week 9, fall to 3-5 overall. One of the best games of the night was in Charleston County. The Yellow Jackets knocked off Gordonsville 28-24 in a battle of unbeaten teams. The Yellow Jackets to 7-0 ahead of their region game at Whites Creek next week. Gordonsville falls to 7-1. They have the week off in week number 9. Watertown a 49-0 winner over Harpeth as the Purple Tigers improved to 5-3 ahead of their off week next week. Harpeth drops to 3-5. And our final score of the night, Waverly 42, White House Heritage 7. As the Patriots fall to 4-4 with the loss to the Tigers. Waverly now 6-1. Both teams will take next week off. And we are going to take the rest of the night off after all of those scores are in. So once again, as always, thank you for joining. Thank you for listening and watching to us here at 615 Preps. We will talk to you on the Mid-State 48 next week and get you ready for week number 9 with some good games coming your way in the final 3 weeks of the season. Should be a dandy finish to the regular season here in October. Stay with us, and thank you for watching. Have a great weekend.